Oh, sorry. Before you start, I want to know what's the time? What's the time in the country that you're in right now?
Now it's about 8:40, 8:46 in the morning.
It's
6 hours
been
in Singapore.
wow. So you started off at 4. It's a good time. This is a good time for you. All right, Mr. Hosseini, my next, before you start off with your session, we have a question to ask, which I've been wanting to ask a CTO for the longest time. So, with your permission, sir, can I?
Sure, right.
So unfortunately or fortunately, our stars have aligned. So the question to you is, you've done your engineering, all right. So be it electronics and communication, you've done your engineering. So we want to know that one thing, we know for a fact that your relatives, friends, family have asked you to repair something or the other because you've done your engineering. Has it ever happened that they've asked you to repair their phones, mixers, grinders, laptop, any of that?
In my early stage, definitely the perception that you are engineer, mechanical engineer, can you fix my car? If you are civil engineer, can you please build my wall in my new house? So this is a regular. I think now
Oh,
this was in the old days. Now, with the internet, with the new generation, with the different exposure with social media, I think those kind of traditional questions are diminished over time. But definitely, I had been asking those particular, if you are electrical engineer, how to fix the lamp in the ceiling, this kind of stuff.
that's exactly what we've done our engineering for. Fantastic answer, Mr. Hosseini. The stage is all yours. Thank you so much.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Again, I would like to thank the organizer to invite me for today's session. I'm trying to share my screen, just 1 second. Again, today we are going to go through a short presentation, how the 5G and how we are going to see 5G as a poster to the value and innovation in the digital economy. If you allow me, first slide, 5G is a new telecommunication system. So telecom industry will go through really a real transformation, profound transformation supported by 5G. From few years, telecom industry was having the approach asset monetization. Now we are having paradigm shift to service monetization. All operator was owning everything. Now asset light, outsourcing the fiber, outsourcing the tower, or selling the tower, having more partnership rather than owning end-to-end. We were addressing consumer-driven, moving to enterprise-driven, from B2C to B2B. A few years back, it's about connecting people. Now connecting everything and coming back with a new terminology, which is now a fashion about IoT. The business model was minutes and gigabyte. Now data, as our colleagues in different sessions say, is a new gold. It's a closed system. Now you have to go for a partnership. The mindset, the ecosystem of the industry has been evolving. You were having centralized location. Now we have to go for edge cloud computing, where to be much more closer to the customer. We were gonna pipes the selling capacity, but now we are going for value. So again, 5G will endorse and accelerate the shift and transformation from asset monetization industry to service monetization. And what about 5G? Is 5G only a system to deliver higher capacity? The answer is not. It is much bigger than this. 5G is a complete ecosystem, is an architecture transformation, which will enable new business model, new application. It is not only in the business side, it will enrich our life. 5G will introduce use cases, will make our life better. And it will unlock many innovation and the opportunity for both society and the economy. And now we are looking for different way of thinking. 5G come with 3 types of communication. Until 4G, it's mobile broadband. For 5G, we're gonna have enhanced mobile broadband. machine to machine, it was going to be massive machine type of communication. Now, latency became very critical and the crucial parameter. So we're going to have a lot of real-time application. We'll have ultra reliable and low latency communication. From that perspective, if we see the slide, we have human to human like video calling, some wearable, for the enhanced broadband. We're going to go for virtual reality, augmented reality, fixed wireless, video monitoring for some surveillance, massive machine type of communication, like our sportive watch, wearable. There are social network. There are smart home, smart city, healthcare monitoring, vehicle to infrastructure. And there are a real type of application, critical mission application, like operation, medical operation, public safety, remote surgery, all of those kind of different type of communication. 5G is going to be a new way how to look and how to reshape the industry for more innovation, for better life, and definitely more opportunity for the economy as well. 5G will enable from, again, we're gonna go from consumer to enterprise. And there are new business model, which is called business to X. This will gonna be driven by customer demand. Telco service provider could play different role. It depends on the customer demand. It could be orchestrator, like I give just two model illustrative. There are so many models. The ecosystem we're going to be established is not only service provider and telco. There are hyperscale cloud provider. We know there are big names started a few years back, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, so many, Alibaba, a lot of hyperscale cloud provider. There are also OTT. So it depends if the telco still own end-to-end the customer relationship. So, and then it will bring all other partner in the back end, or the other way around. Some services will gonna have the partner, which is OTT or hyperscaler, could be own the customer or end-to-end manage the end-to-end customer relationship, and telco provider will provide the connectivity and devices. And if we got more example, like IoT. Why I bring IoT? Because IoT now is a very essential and the critical element in the new ecosystem. And again, 5G will expand the value. So if I see the IoT as a use case, create opportunity to expand the current value chain. If you see the diagram, by 2025, because still 5G will need more time for adaptability, for device compatibility, etc., etc. But now you will see device and the connectivity will consider about 20 to 30% of overall revenue. But now you will see application, services, enablement for management and services, up to 70 to 80% of revenue. So there are huge opportunity will come by 5G. How the business model we talk about in the last slide? That, for example, there are a lot of sector and it will gonna driven by industry or demand. You hear about network slicing. So every vertical industry will have network slicing where some characteristics has to be common. So the business model will be driven by customer demand. The telco service provider will be lead and orchestrate. If the vertical industry, latency will be crucial, like automotive, transport, mining, and utilities. Some of the application latency critical. Now telco service provider will be the master. However, it will be enabler and has to support the OTT. If there are other industry where connectivity with SLA just requirement and the latency is not crucial, like financial services, public safety, digital operation, and the healthcare. From here, we are what we can conclude 5G, we're gonna create a lot of new opportunity, expand the value chain, and telco service provider role will depend on the application or the industry. If we go for next slide, a lot of people debate 5G will create a lot of opportunity, but how to size the opportunity? There are different stuff. Definitely 5G and new stuff, a new ecosystem, not only about communication system, but architecture evolution. Everyone agree on the economical value of 5G on different industry. Some people's outlook by 2035 up to 13.2 trillion. Among manufacturing, close to 5 trillion. Information and the communication, about 1.6. Wholesale retail, 1.2. Public services, 1.2. Anyhow, so nobody doubt about the 5G value that will be created. But still, how we can unlock this value? A lot of people go for business case, and a lot of people fail to justify some of the investment. And the question that how to drive the innovation to reduce the cost and to make 5G value affordable, and we could unlock such value. If we go further, 5G will be an open platform for innovation across all industry. How this? As we discuss, there are 3 types of communication: machine to machine, massive machine to machine type of communication, super ultra low latency, and the enhanced mobile broadband. Now we have to go for digital transformation. Why? 5G speed affordability has to have digitized processes, centralized coordination, and every technical guy understand that there what is called network orchestration. We need to use more analytic, more machine learning, more automation. By that, we need to improve in general the service delivery. Very critical. Again, if you remember my initial slide that it's all about better life for the society. So improve service delivery, enable new revenue streams, and definitely operational efficiency is a must. We need to work together, and the ecosystem has to work to reduce the cost of infrastructure to unlock this potentiality. And in the same time, there is a lot of innovation as we discuss. New tool, new programming language, new platform. And this will create huge opportunity for many new jobs for people to identify and develop and operate such a huge number of new innovation. Now the question for the industry. I am an enterprise. What I can do in 5G era to not fall behind? You remember, when we go from paperwork to computerized and start to process the computer, and a lot of company fall behind. So as an enterprise, as a small medium enterprise, how I can move, how I can make 5G as a positive value for me. First of all, you have to embrace the change. Disruption will happen. Don't allow yourself to stuck in the old way of thinking in the past. We need to be lean forward. We need to listen and watch around us what is happening, and to be open to give away some of the ways that we are used to. Get out of comfort zone. And we need to start small. Let's have new technology, because every new technology comes with a lot of uncertainty, a lot of new technique. And as I explained, that always a challenge for business case, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of unknown. The journey to unknown become more daily journey. A lot of new things, IoT, cloud computing, edge cloud, some terminology was never discussed few years back. We need to adapt this. Take a leap of faith, start small, create impact, and then scale. Minimum viable product. Don't start big. Fail fast, fail cheap. And now the mindset is not only standalone. You have to have an ecosystem of partnership. You need to have the right partner. And the 5G world is a complex. So you need to be very smart in choosing the companies that can add value to you, that can add something unique to you. That's why you need to be in a very, very smart in your selection, what partner you need to go for, and keep always customer centricity in the mind of every step you are taking. You need to be very clear what segment you are serving, what customer services you are addressing, and what is the customer want. You need to be always carefully listen to the customer, watching for the competition, and always try new thing, take a risk to be able to cope with the new 5G. By that, I want to conclude that 5G is coming with a lot of opportunity, a lot of innovation, a lot of challenges as well. Adapt the change, be flexible, don't stuck with old way of work, start small, fail fast, fail cheap, try piloting, minimum viable product, create impact, scale, choose the right partner that's add unique value to your businesses. And this will gonna be my end of my presentation. Floor back to you, our colleague in the event.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much for that amazing session.